August 24th, D.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Return to BY.
Yeah, man.
Grandy Twins returning home.
Yeah, definitely.
Nasheed Smith, Lamar Smith, up-and-comers,
Yeah.
guys who are on world level,
Right.
that's looking to get back there.
Right.
Why should we go out and either buy tickets or watch this card on BXNG TV?
Like I said before, man, there's a lot of young and up-and-coming fighters on this card. These guys are like the fighters of tomorrow, and supporting them with the way we put this business structure together, supporting me is not just supporting this event or supporting a promoter. I've made it so that they all have equity in this deal. So when you support these fights, especially the ones that Draco put on with these young guys, you're making it so that they have their hands on the steering wheel of their career. They don't have to, sign over egregious exclusive rights to their future to move their career. Because the way we put these deals together, if you're a guy like the Grandy Twins, for instance, if you're a fighter that can bring them out, shout out to a lot of these young guys. We were just talking about Greg Outlaw too, but if you were a guy that can bring them out and can bring your own crowd, you should be able to cultivate that into something moving forward where, the promoter is not the only one benefiting and they're not tying you up where you can't move forward. That's how this business is set up. So when you support this event, you're not supporting me. You're supporting these fighters, and they have equity, and they're going to be able to move forward and do what they need to do. So that's from just a boxing purist standpoint. But from an entertainment standpoint, we got Gillian Wallow on it, man. I've been to several of their events. They know definitely how to bring it out and rock the house, so to speak, if you want to use those terms. But it's definitely going to be electric because of them alone. Then I got DJ Mackey, DJ, and me and him got back in line with each other. We used to throw parties together, so the energy is going to be good anyway. And we got a lot of chicks and players from out of town, bosses from out of town coming in town for this fight, from the DMV, New York, Jersey, so on. So it's going to be something to watch, even if you're not a boxing fan. Being in the building is definitely going to be electric. So that's why you would want to be there, outside of the fact that you're supporting, the boxers of tomorrow. So that's why I'm doing it in the first place. So that's why I'm there. So that's definitely why you should be. And if you can't be there, definitely make sure you stream it on bxngtv.com. That's only like $20 on there. We ain't hitting nobody upside the head for the stream. You know what I'm saying? But go out there and definitely stream it. Make sure you watch it, because as I said before, every dollar, every ticket and every dollar for streaming is tied into these fighters in some way, where they're benefiting and their future is in their own hands based on this business model, which I'm proud. That's the thing that I'm proud of the most when it comes to this event, because I haven't seen a promoter put these types of deals together outside of the guys that's at the top. Like you see a Canelo get a nice deal, a nice cushy deal with Matchroom or with PBC and so on. But you don't see that for young guys that's up and coming. They're usually getting tied down with, the majors, either Top Rank will lock them down, or, Matchroom will lock them, anybody. I'm not coming at any promoter, because that's the business model. But they get locked down in exclusive deals from management and the promotional side, where they kind of stuck. And we see how that goes later on in fighters' careers. Like, you wouldn't have saw Dre Ward versus Kovalev had Goosen, had his situation with Goosen played out longer. I'm not gonna say like it's a good thing that he passed, because it's not. But at the same time, had that not happened, you wouldn't have saw Kovalev versus Ward, because of those same types of deals. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So I'm trying to avoid that. And that's really why I put this together, because I got fighters that I was moving from a management standpoint, and we were running into the same thing. You got a bunch of guys here in Philly that are major talents, that can take over if given the opportunity, but nobody's really getting behind them. Nobody's going to push them if they're not blue chip, if they're a little older, or if they had some sort of knock or blemish on them. People don't want to get behind them, right? So this model helps them get behind themselves. If you can bet on yourself and you a type of fighter that can bring them out, and you feel like you that guy, holla at me, because that's what we're looking for, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to give a platform to the quote-unquote up-and-comer or underdog. All right,
so a fight that we've talked about a lot, Terence Crawford, JARON ENNIS. Right? So Terence Crawford fans, and a lot of fans in general, felt like after JARON's performance against David Avanesian, which resulted in a 5th-round stoppage, that he gets hit too much, right?
What's too much?
They were criticizing his defense.
You're right.
Right. So then, Crawford has a close fight, with Madrimov on the cards, I had it 8-4.
I don't think it was close.
Yeah. But I had it 8-4. They had it 7-5, which isn't that far off. But
yeah, it ain't that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's one.
Now after seeing,
go ahead.
Now after seeing that fight, does it make you look at Crawford versus Boots different now that you've seen their last two performances?
When you look at Madrimov's size and the lack of, because Crawford did land some punches, it's just they weren't as damaging as they usually are at 47. So and Crawford is a very strong little guy. You know, he's coming up from 135. He never was a big man. So he's just a wrestler. He has a wrestling background, so he can carry his strength, but so far. And I think 54 is probably his limit when it comes to his style. He might have to adjust some things, become more of a pure boxer as he goes up, versus trying to be the finisher that we know him to be. Because unless he catches somebody with something slick and sharp, he's probably not going to be able to hurt guys just flat out like he has been doing. So when you look at that, and then you think of the size that Boots is, like Boots is not only, you know, an excellent boxer, excellent finisher, and has styles, but he's a big dude. You know what I mean? Boots not a little guy. And then him wanting to fight Canelo too. It's like I don't think Crawford is big enough for Boots or Canelo at this point after watching that fight, because I just don't think that his power translates. But you know, it could just be that one fight. You see guys that don't look powerful in one fight, then all of a sudden they, you know, next fight they take the right snack, you know what I'm saying, and they got some snapping them punches. So it could just be a one-off thing, you know what I mean? You never know. But just from that fight alone, if I'm judging off of that fight, it doesn't look like his power translates to 154. And I said the same thing about Benavidez, you know, and Gavazic. You know, it didn't look like his power translated to 176. So I think that Crawford is truly and should truly stay at welterweight and just, you know, and honestly, right now, business-wise, if I was Boots and him, I'd be excited, because him moving up to 154 was, I think, to get away from Boots. Nobody gonna say that, but I think it was to get away from him. But now he's kind of boxed in, because I feel like he should go back to 147, you know, because that's where he's most effective. So if Crawford goes back down to 147, the most obvious fight there is him versus Boots. And, you know, what Turkey and those guys, Riyadh season and all that, what they're doing, I think that the money that he's looking for still be there for a fight like that. So I think that right now, if you want to see, if you like me, you want to see Crawford versus Boots, I think that fight last night put him in position where that's the most obvious and most beneficial fight for him too at this point.